What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be reacting to a gentleman who decides to kick out his girlfriend of 10 years and his stepdaughter over the wedding plans. Let's not waste too much time and let's get right into it.
Stepdaughter's wedding because her real daddy is the one that's gonna walk her down the aisle. So let me tell you guys about my stepdaughter, all right? She wants her real daddy to walk her down the aisle. Now let me give you a little backstory on me and my stepdaughter. She just graduated from university, which I paid for. Now,
Okay.
she went to an in-state university, but it still cost me about $40,000.
Yeah, in-state university is actually very expensive. I go to a in-state university right now. And when I went from community college to that in-state university, the costs were like, even though it wasn't much, the costs like tripled or quadrupled. Thankfully for me, I don't actually have to pay for school. That's one of the benefits of having served in the military here in the United States. But yeah, I don't have to pay for school. But imagine had I been like a lot of these unfortunate kids who have to pay for school. And let's not even talk about the ones that go and get useless degrees, but the ones that who have to pay for school and rack up all that debt over 4 years. It's crazy how expensive school is, man. I mean, he said it, $40,000, even with just an in-state school. That's crazy.
I also bought her a car. I bought her a car straight after high school. That way she could go back and forth to school.
Shit, I didn't get my first car until I was 25, 26 years old, and I bought it myself. Well, technically, I had a car before that. My uncle gave me a 1994 Mercedes-Benz that I had for a few months. Then I remember going active duty for the Army, switched over from the reserves to active duty, and then that car got junked. So yeah, I actually didn't have a car until I was like 26 years old. But I never really needed it because I grew up in New York City. So in New York, I mean, it's just easier to take public transportation than it is to actually own a car. Because good luck trying to find parking in New York City.
I bought her a car. She still lives with me and her mother. She does not have a job. She's set to be married on August the 8th. And for the past 6 months, that's all her and her mother been talking about doing. Being occupied with.
So wait, she doesn't have a job, still lives at home, but is getting married? I mean, I could understand still living at home, sure, but not having a job? I'm assuming it's because she focused just on school, but shouldn't she have been looking for a job and kind of trying to get established before even deciding to get married? Because once she gets married, I'm assuming she's gonna go and live with the husband, so she's gonna become his financial responsibility until she gets a job, and who knows how long that's gonna take.
They consume most of their time. Now, her daddy, he don't contribute to not 1 cent on her. Not her education, not child support, which is partly her mother's fault because, you know, she didn't fight for that. And I guess that's just what the settlement was. He only around to make promises. I do that for you, I do this for you, and then take off. And then she'd be heartbroken. But she adores her father, right? Like I said, she's set to be married in August.
And there's nothing wrong with her having love for her father, but if he's just there making like empty promises and not doing nothing. But again, this is just his side of the story. We don't actually know what this side of the story is. And for all we know, this could be fake. There's so many stories I see on the internet that are fake that I'm so jaded at this point where half the time I don't even want to believe half the stories I see online. But let's just pretend this is real for a second. It's kind of messed up. I get she should have love for her biological father, but based on what he's saying so far, it doesn't seem like she actually appreciates her stepdad.
The wedding venue, I told them they could have it in my home. The wedding venue can hold about 250 people, right? Now I said, hey, I got a list of 20 people that I want to come to the wedding. I'm paying for this at my house. I want these 20 people to come. Do y'all know Saturday, I see one of my friends at the golf course, right? He's supposed to come to the wedding. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna see you at the wedding, right? He said, I only got an announcement. I didn't get an invite. I let my girlfriend and stepdaughter know to send out the invitations on these few people, and you're supposed to get an invite. He said, I got something, but it was an announcement. So we walked to his car because I want to check, right? And sure enough, it was an announcement. So I went and talked to my girlfriend and said, did you invite those 20 people to the wedding that I told you about? Man, she didn't invite none of them.
That's kind of cool.
250 people is a little tight, and I don't think we can get your
250 people is not a little tight. How many people do they plan to invite? From where? Where's she gonna get the other 230 people invited to the wedding? That's gonna make it tight. In my opinion, weddings should be more intimate. Should really just be you, your immediate family, your spouse's immediate family, and that's about it. It shouldn't be Bob from high school that you met 10 years ago, or people, or, you know, and your closest friends, but not people who you've just known over the years who aren't really your friends, or they're not your family, or maybe they are your family, but they're not really around, they're not involved. And how many families do you know are actually that big that from both sides where you can get 250 people invited to a wedding? Because that's a lot of people. or let's say 230 because he wants 20 of his friends, which is also nuts for me because who has 20 friends? I have like 3 or 4 that have been lifelong friends. I mean, I know a shit ton of people, but people that I probably consider acquaintances, people I probably wouldn't invite to my wedding, people that I might go out maybe once in a while and maybe share a drink or whatever. It might be seen in a social event, but not somebody I'm hanging out with on the weekends or playing golf. It's not happening. But yeah, to say 250 is kind of tight, I'm not inviting these people when he's the one that's paying for the wedding, he's the one hosting the wedding. It's kind of crazy.
20 people in there. Man, I was pissed. And the people that were supposed to come, they pissed as well. This you gonna say if any of the people that we already invited don't RSVP, then we'll get some of your people in here. Man, that's crazy, man. Don't even worry about it, man. I'll just be mad. The crazy part about it is, when I check the invitations, they don't even have my name on them. They have her real daddy and her on the invitation that I paid for. I paid for these invitations. How you got a real daddy on there, her mama on it? A couple days later, hosting the venue at my house, hosting the wedding family at my house, okay? Stepdaughter, girlfriend, groom, and their parents, right? Trying to help everybody get real acquainted. Then a surprise guest shows up, my stepdaughter's real daddy. And I'm like, you know what? Cool. He probably just coming to the wedding, right? But tell me why my stepdaughter proceeds to stand up and announce that her real daddy is giving her away at the wedding.
Nah, that's kind of cold. That's kind of cold when he's the one paying for it. I don't know. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of people that are gonna be against me. I always do with these topics. When I do videos like this, it's always controversial. But if he's the one that's raised her pretty much, sent her to college, paid for her car, is paying for the wedding, is doing everything. He's the one that's been playing the fatherly role. And the actual dad has not been there. And she doesn't even actually want to compromise. She's just saying, yeah, well, my dad is going to do it. Which, again, it's within her right to do. I believe it's within her right to do. But do I think it's fucked up? Yeah, because basically, they've seen this guy as just like a piggy bank their whole lives. He doesn't even matter enough for her to say something like, you know what, let's make a compromise. How about both of you walk me down the aisle? One of you walks me halfway, the other one walks me the whole way, or both of you walk me at the same time, one on each arm. Because, I love my dad, but I also care about the man that raised me. I see him like a dad as well. That's which is the compromise I think would be the correct one. Not, oh, hey, well, my dad's never been there for me. He's been in and out of my life, but the guy that's been there for me, fuck him. I'm just gonna pick my dad over that guy.
The wedding that I'm paying for, in my house, the daddy don't do nothing for you. It's giving you away. And they were just so happy and smiling. Yay, great. Inside, I was fuming. Inside, I wanted to cry or punch somebody. Probably want to do both, honestly. I took that time to stand up and give a toast as well. I owe the groom and the bride a deep debt of gratitude because they have opened my eyes tonight. Everybody at the table was just smiling. They have let me know that my position in this family is not what I thought it was. You should have saw the frowns, man. It done got serious. I let them know I am not the godfather or, the head of the family that I thought I was, the loved one that would be seeked out in times of need.
Well, yeah, you were the loved one that was seeked out in the times of need. I mean, when they needed the money, you were there. And that's exactly what they did. But when it comes to actual things involving you, when it comes to familial matters, like a wedding, even though you're paying for it, then you don't matter.
I realize I'm an ATM. Since I have been replaced as host of the wedding, I shall be giving my financial duties to the new host, and I will back out monetarily. Now, after the announcement, a whole lot of snickering was going on around the table, right? A lot of mumbling, but they didn't say anything to me. Nobody addressed me now. Now, later that night, tell me why my girlfriend gonna come to me talking about how I'm ruining so much, how I'm ruining so much for backing out, and how her daughter ain't gonna have her dream wedding, and how her daughter ain't this and
well, her daddy could pay for it. See, once her daddy involved so much, why is this guy, who's basically an ATM to them, why is he the one that's responsible for anything whatsoever that has to do with that wedding when they don't care about him? They don't even see him as family. Because this doesn't just fall on the daughter, this falls on the mother as well. The mother should have been like, hey, look, how are you not considering this guy? You know that this person is the person that's been raising you, that's been there for you since you were young, paid for school, did all this for you, and you can't even consider having him be an integral part of the wedding? And then she's coming back and defending her daughter or defending the wedding, and she really only cares about the wedding. She never asked this guy, well, baby, how do you feel? I mean, she let him know what it was when he asked to invite 20 people. She didn't even do it because even that wasn't a compromise that they could do for him in terms of the wedding. Couldn't invite his people, couldn't make him part of the wedding. Basically, he was just another guest that was giving his money away and giving the venue for them to host the wedding. It didn't matter. I'm assuming if there was going to be some sort of dance between the father and the daughter, it wasn't going to be him either. It was going to be her biological dad. So
And that. Okay, well, it's apparent that I'm not family in this family. So the family should take care of it, right? That's my stepdaughter. I mean, it ain't even my stepdaughter, really. It's my girlfriend. I just happen to be around her for the last 10 years. But tell me why the next day, my girlfriend trying to show me how much I'm ruined, right? She takes me to where they planning the wedding, and the wedding planner showed me, all the things they got going down, everything they got set up. I look at the venue. They got some father-daughter dances, right? 3 songs. All of them cater to her real dad. I looked at the food they got. 2 of the dishes got stuff I'm allergic to in it. I just started laughing. Like, they want me to pay for this?
They couldn't even consider him when it came to the food. Like I said, look, three father-daughter dances, and they couldn't even put him in for one? Just for one. That's cold, man. I'm glad he realized sooner than later and that he never actually married this woman, because this probably would have been grounds for divorce. I mean, it does say right there he kicked her out. This probably would have been grounds for divorce. They would have gotten divorced and she would have took him for half his shit anyways. But I mean, I don't even know, when you're with somebody, why are you with somebody for so long and you don't even marry them? You're with somebody for 10 years and you're gonna see their daughter get married, but you never even thought about marrying that person. This is why I would say this guy went wrong. But at the end of the day, he did dodge the bullet.
His name on it, not mine. His songs, not mine. The food, I can't eat the food. And the 20 people out of 250 that I wanted, they can't even come in my house. It's wild, man. So I went on ahead and let her know I will not be there, and neither will my money. And they will no longer be at my house either. And you will no longer be at my house or your daughter. Because, yeah, I'm not family. I'm not even important enough to be put up on the brochure. Crazy, man. Yeah, I let her know that I'm not paying for it.
I would say he did the right thing. Again, I think this story's fake. A lot of these stories are just simply fake, man. People just fake these stories just to go viral. But if this is real, I think he did the right thing. He looked out for himself. And again, like I said, he was lucky he didn't really marry that woman, because marrying that woman would have probably been the worst mistake he could have made in his life. Because again, she only saw him as an ATM. But again, it's a double-edged sword, because he never actually saw her as more than a girlfriend. Why are you with somebody for 10 years? You're wasting their time. But the fact that the daughter couldn't even compromise on anything whatsoever, even though this guy has been the one that's been in her life for the last 10 years, basically raised her, paid for all her stuff. It's just absolutely bananas. But that's just my opinion. I want to know what's yours. You let me know down in the comments. Join my Discord. We officially have a Discord. If you want to keep up with my content, you will be notified on Discord every time I put out a new video. So go ahead and check it out and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.